What's up, YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr War Games. I'm currently away, which is why it's being recorded this way, but Konami have officially dropped the ban list. Now, the ban list is to go into effect from the 5th of June, but weirdly enough, they dropped it during YCS Philadelphia and during Nationals here in the UK, which is absolutely insane. That being said, there are some really crazy kind of changes to the ban list. Some all make sense, some are absolutely crazy. So let's start with the banned section. So no longer playable in the TCG. Cyberstein, understandable. Number 89, Diablos, the Mind Hacker. Everyone saw that coming. A Point of the Lotus, yeah, okay, fair enough. And Branded Expulsion. Everyone saw that. But Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow, woof! Like, they give you low rarity, so you go and buy them. They've even, like if you collect the legacy of Super Heavy Samurais, and then you go, you know what, we're going to get rid of Scarecrow. Now, I don't think anyone, there is no one around that can say, yeah, I saw Scarecrow getting hit on this ban list. I could definitely see, like, I wouldn't have been surprised if they left Super Heavy Samurais untouched. Like, that wouldn't surprise me at all. But I wouldn't have been surprised if they got a little hit. This, they've literally just slapped Super Heavy Samurai in the face. It's like, really? You're going to do them that dirty? Because Scarecrow was just so important for the deck. Like, being able to go, okay, cool. Normal summon the crossbow, turn it into Scarecrow, get a searcher for the crossbow, and then Scarecrow has the ability to bring back to his own points too. Like, I didn't think Scarecrow was the issue card, in all honesty. I felt that there were other ways you could have made them a little bit more tricky. So, banning the Scarecrow, little bit crazy, but okay, we're going to roll with it and go from there. I think Scarecrow is probably the one that most people are unhappy about. Moving to the limited, so now you can only play one of it. Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. Well, funnily enough, there's no surprise there. That's definitely going to be reprinted in the Legendary Duelist with the Volcanic support, the Battling Boxers, and of course the Salamangrates, so I'm not surprised on that one. Mathmet Circular, I think most people put this on their list of what would possibly get hit, so not a massive surprise on that one. Cypher and Gear Gamma, little bit interesting on that one. I know the OCG did this one, but to me, it was just always kind of seemed a little bit odd. Like, yes, it's probably the strongest single hand trap, but it does have a massive drawback. Like, the fact of not having, like, you have to control no monsters and you have to play the Brick of Driver was always a big issue. But, you know, I can take it either way on that one. Denglong First of the Yangzing is now back on board. So, for those of you that don't know what Denglong is, and by the way, if you haven't been checking out eBay at the moment, eBay's gone wild with this card. It started off as soon as the ban list dropped at like, I think it was like £38. Now it's kind of settled down a little bit down on the hype, but I would not be surprised if we see this getting a reprint in like the upcoming Legendary Duelist or the Battles of Legend. So Denglong First of the Yangzing is a level 5 tuner light worm. One tuner and one or more non-tuners, so it is generic. If it's special summoned, you can add one Yangzing card from your deck to the hand. So this is how you can get Pillars of the Yangzing, which is basically like an Omni Negate, which is really nice. Counter Trap as well. Once per turn, you can send one Worm-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card's level becomes the sent monsters. If this face-up card on the field leaves, or if this face-up card leaves the field in general, you get to special summon a Yangzing monster from your deck. You can only special summon Denglong First the Yangzing once per turn. Now, I'm not sure what deck can consistently justify playing this card. Obviously, off the bat, you probably go, okay, Sword Soul is probably the first one you go to. I'm just not set on how easy it is to make. Like, I know you can go Moyi plus Adhara, but then in doing so, all you're then going to make is you're going to make a level 5 Denglong with a level 4 Worm token. So it's like, okay, so do I make Denglong a level 4 and I just get into the same position I was anyway, being able to get into a level 8, or do I send a Adhara or a Shuna, and that can then allow me to make Denglong a level 7? But then my Synchro play is only going to go to a level 11 unless I want to start searching out Yangzings, normal in Yangzings, special in Yangzings. Or you literally just go, okay, cool, I've got that. I've got a level 4 token. I've got a Shuna in the graveyard. I can banish that, bring out Shafana, Synchro into a level 8. And what you're adding to your board with a Denglong still there is the ability of having a counter trap as well. We then go to Kashtira Riseheart. I mean, Kashtira's got 3 hits on this list. One, blatantly obvious was going to happen in Mind Hacker. The second one of Riseheart going to 1 is interesting. Like, the card is incredibly powerful, but it now just means that if your opponent outs your first Riseheart, then they need to work hard to bring that back to the extra deck or shuffle it around a little bit. Pearly Delicious Memory. This is interesting. They kind of, I still think Pearly have probably got the least of the hits of all of this, well, actually, there is one other deck that got the least, which I'm still amazed by, but I can't wait to see their prices spike. And then Naturia Sacred Trees. Now, this is interesting. I feel that the Sacred Cheese was definitely... I feel that this could have stayed, and the other engine could have got hit. But basically what Konami have done with hitting the trees is it's basically said, right, okay, we're going to make it a little bit harder for Naturia Runic to run rampant. Moving on to the semi-limited, so the cards you can now play at 2. Herald of Orange Light, so that's now come back up 1. Kashtira Unicorn, so the consistency of Kashtira has gone knocked down a little bit, but the deck is now just balanced and fair, in my opinion. Lightning Storm to 2 is another interesting one. Like, I don't know if it is that busted and broken to be at 3, but okay, we'll accept that. Runic Fountain at 2. Who the hell plays Runic Fountain at more than 2? Like, come on, that's like a no-hit. That's a tickle hit. That's like Konami going, we need to hit Runic. What do we hit? And they hit Fountain to 2. Sky Striker Mobilizing Gauge. That card is now sitting at £25. And that's not the only change to Sky Strikers. Sky Strikers are definitely going to be making a comeback at Euros. I would be massively surprised if I didn't see a couple of them trying to, well, definitely appear on feature, if not try and go that little bit further. And then Sprite Starter to 2. Again, it's just a tickle hit. It's a tickle hit to Runic Sprites. Like, the deck can still be massively played. It's rare you go through 3 starter. The only difference is it now means that you can't, you know, you've got less chance of opening up starter and jet and everything else around it. And then the final one's the cards coming back to 3. This is quite nice to see because it's basically Konami clearing off the list a little bit. So we've got Blackwing Steam the Cloak, fair enough. Gen X Ali Birdman, Samsara Lotus, so FTK coming back into play. I don't think that FTK is still legal or able to do anymore, so there's just more of a joke about that coming back, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Spiral Quick Fix, well, Spirals unfortunately are pretty much nothing without, quite like the Spider-Man and Iron Man meme, it's pretty much nothing without Master Plan and everything else. And then we've got Lyrilless Recital Starling, pretty straightforward on that one. Draco Face Off, about bloody time. I feel now that the Zone Locks is not that prominent in Kashtira's. I know it's definitely still doable, but the fact it's not as prominent might be quite nice to be able to see what Draco Slayers, the Pendulum, now can do. So that'll be interesting. And the last one is multi-roll. Sky Striker Mecha Modules multi-roll. Like, they brought that back to 3. That card was at 1, and they've now got 3 of that. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure they've got 2 Widow Anchor now, 2 Engages, and 3 multi-roll. It's like, bro, you might as well just give, like, Strikers, they're just back the way they are. Now, obviously, the deck is just heavily controlled, so it's not the end of the world, but they're definitely going to be coming back out of the woodwork for that one, for sure. Anyway, that's it for my instant thoughts on the ban list. Like I said, I was out at Comic-Con. I was at MCM Comic-Con with Eric Kyber Stewart and Dan Yugi Green. I love how that's kind of like how we refer to them now. So the voice actors of Yugi and Kyber, if you didn't already get that. And this dropped halfway through the day, so it was very weird because I was also watching some of the stream from Nationals, and this dropped as well, and I was like, what, really? This is weird. And he did it halfway through a game. Like, literally, Farfo was commentating on a duel, and everyone in the comments was like, Balance just dropped, and everyone's like, what? And Konami put it out on their Twitter. I'm assuming it's official because they've left it out. They haven't deleted it as an accident, but it just seems really weird that they would drop it during like a YCS and a Nationals. Let me know what you think of the ban list in the comments down below. I think there are some really cool understanding hits. There's a couple that I'm like, really? But okay. And then there's some that I'm just like, did it have to be done so soon? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope this has given you a bit of an insight to what I personally feel about the ban list. I'm not going to do the whole face slap and the massive shock and the spit in the water everywhere. I'm just going to give you the honest breakdown on this ban list so that you guys can understand where to go with. All of the cards that have come back off the list, like Denlong, Engage, everything like that, I wouldn't rush out to buy them unless you're a diehard to play the deck, because I highly expect most of those cards will get reprinted in upcoming sets, if not OTS as well. So keep in mind, we've got reprint season around the corner, OTS, Battles of Legends, you name it, they'll be there, so do not be surprised if you see them. But for now, as absolutely always, guys, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling.